Now, I've heard this, I've studied this. Many different people have looked at this, and I got a new perspective on what is happening here. Saul has this darkness growing inside him. The sin in his life, he has not confessed and repented from the actions that have taken away his empire from him. He has not repented, he has not completely come clean, and it's growing and it's growing. So this dark spirit of depression, it says, and fear is growing. And what does he do? He seeks counsel from his staff, and he says, I need something to make me feel better. And what he does is, they say, let's go find someone that can play good music, that will make you feel better. Let's find some cool tunes, and all we better will soothe you, king. We're not going to look at the sin issue. We're not going to expose the problem. Let's just make you feel good for the hour. So they brought David in. And David starts playing, and Saul starts feeling a little bit better. And this goes on for a while, and this goes on for a while. Now in the next chapter, it's the great story of David killing Goliath. He goes out there and kills the enemy, and the crowd goes wild for young David, the hero. And the nation begins to shift and begin to look at this young shepherd boy and begin to say, yeah, he's our man. And all the while, Saul is getting darker and darker and more angry and more frustrated. And the kid that's now working for him, the kid that's supposed to be soothing his soul, is now ticking him off. Because the people love him more than the king. So everything is unraveling. And look at what happens in chapter 18. Starting in verse 6. Look at what is happening. Think and play this scenario out. Every so often, the tormented, the bitter, the rage, the life issue pops up. And David comes in and plays his harp. It's a good day now. We're feeling calm. Everything's cool. And now all of a sudden, the harp bearer has become the new hero of the nation. And people are turning so quickly. And so instead of needing it every so often, a harp player, it said, was used whenever it came up. Now it says a harp player is playing every day. Because he's medicating himself so much. The last dosage isn't working as well as it did before. He needs to up the dosage and up the dosage. So we're playing all the time, and it's getting darker and darker. And now he's so angry one day, he snaps at the guy trying to help him. He picks up the spear and he throws it, and he is so raving mad, it says. He's a lunatic. Think about the prisons that we create. Think about how the sin in our life has us do that to our friends, our family, our co-workers. How we just keep upping and upping and upping, and one day we are a bomb waiting to go off. And the people that love us the most, the people that are risking the most, we want to just throttle them. because we can't deal with it anymore. We just can't go there anymore. There's nothing that will make it numb enough anymore. And it's not just the church. This is not just a Bible thing. Our world knows this. Culture tells us this. Over 25 years ago, Pink Floyd comes out with an album called The Wall. Huge, smash hit. Comfortably Numb is one of the songs. The album is a story of a boy, neglected, and he builds walls in his life. So he creates a false world to live in. This is a picture from the movie clip. And if you watch the video, you will see this guy snap like I think Saul snapped. This guy is throwing tables and chairs, breaking mirrors. And there's a young lady in the room that's been trying to comfort him and love him. And she is cowering in the corner for her life as this guy is going off. Because the numbness doesn't work anymore. Because there's stuff inside that's just killing him. He's built up the walls of his own prison. And where do you go? Creed came out with this. Creed even named a song, My Own Prison. Listen to these words. Look at this. Our culture gets it. We perfectly understand. We are trying to self-medicate and run away from pain, from darkness, from people, from sin, from unforgiveness. We're doing everything we can to not get real with this thing. One more for you. Casting Crowns, one of our favorite groups here at Journey, has a song called Set Me Free. And this is a bold song. This is unbelievable. Imagine how much our world is telling us it doesn't work. We're trapping ourselves, and we're trapping ourselves, and we're killing relationships, and we're hurting people one by one by one. What do we do? How do we deal with this? Because if the self-medication thing doesn't work, if hiding it doesn't work, if we're only ticking time bombs with more bitterness, more rage, more anger, because we can't move to forgiveness, where do we go? Is this really hopeless? Are we all forever going to be stuck in the hole? Move to the New Testament with me. Saul is another man that we know. His name is Paul when he becomes a believer of Jesus Christ. Saul was the butcher of Christians. Saul was a zealot for the faith that he thought he had. He was good at his job. An executioner. And now he becomes a radical Jesus follower, and he changes his name, changes his life. And he begins teaching people about the fact that we've got to let go of a lot of junk, or we're all dead, we're all toast, we're all built up time bombs. And this is to the church in Ephesus. He writes a section about living as children of light, not the darkness, not the despair, not the cage we live in. Now let's move to a place of light. And here's what he's saying. Look at verse 17.